like any other fad, shuffling has had its heyday and is now declined a lot, and it's just kind of staying at that constant popularity where it perhaps was 10 years ago. And a lot of you are quitting because you're over it and all this stuff. You can't really quit shuffling. It's like quitting bicycle riding. What's there to quit? You know how to do it. Why would you go so far as to decide to never do something that you know how to do? Just don't do it when you don't feel like it. Simple as that. I think the problem is that a lot of you have put so much effort into it, and it alone and nothing else, that you've just burnt out and it hasn't taken you to magical heights or whatever you expected, and then you just move on to the next thing. You have to be a well-rounded person. Don't just be good at one thing. Be good at a lot of things. Have a lot of interests. Constantly look for new things to learn. Always. I am one of the better known shufflers out there because of my tutorials. It is a big part of my life and my hobbies and all that. But it's definitely not the most important or the only interest that I have. I do quite a wide variety of things. So I've got a few things to show you here. Video games. I've always loved video games. Once as a kid, I sat there with my cousin in front of his Mega Drive back in '98, and we sat there for 2 weeks without moving. After those 2 weeks, I left the room to go outside the house and I couldn't see anything. I was seeing double everything because my eyes were focused on that 3-meter distance for 2 weeks straight. Now I don't play them so much, but occasionally. Carbon fiber. I love this stuff, and I haven't had much time to devote to it recently because my wife and I just bought a house. Once that's all set up and renovated, then I'll get back into that. Sewing. I love sewing. I sewed up this hat. I made it myself. It's a Serbian peasant sort of villager hat. There's something else I'm working on right now, but because of the house again I've had to stop. It is going to be like a jacket vest kind of thing. You'll see the finished product when it's done. Currently it's on hold because of the house. Priorities. Love my music. Production, DJing, listening to it, and all styles of music. I don't mean like I listen to everything, rap and techno. No, like Frank Sinatra, Frank Zappa, all the Franks. Your normal dance music, house, techno, dubstep, whatever the hell is on. Jazz, like stuff from the 60s, all kinds of stuff. David Bowie, The Doors, everything. Everything. Like, if my phone has about 1,000 songs on there, and there's just everything on there. I love my racing. I love this stuff. I'm building a car at the moment. It's right now at the workshop, having a turbo and wastegate and front-facing plenum and intercooler that I custom designed, and I'll put a little picture of the design that I made, and I had a friend weld it up for me. I love reading. I want to buy a microscope soon after I set up the house, so I'm reading up about how to use microscopes. RC cars, RC planes. I basically do as much of that as I can. I wire it all up, solder it all up myself, make the aeroplanes myself. I haven't actually flown a plane for a while. Had a bit of a bad accident with one and I'm a bit hesitant, but I'll get back into it again when the house is done. The house! It's a great learning experience. Pulling up the floors and carpets, and just a lot of things to be done. Doing most of it myself because I love to learn new things. I don't just go, oh, I've never painted a house, I'll let someone else do it. No, I'll learn how to do it myself, get the equipment, do it. What I'm trying to say with all this is don't just concentrate on one thing because you will get tired of it. Who does one thing? Who lets their whole life revolve around one thing? That is just so limited. Do everything. Learn everything. When you're at a library, you read books. When you're at a friend's house, you might play video games. When you're at another friend's house, you might help him fit his exhaust to his car. When you are at the park, you might ride a bicycle. When you're at a nightclub, you might shuffle. When you are at a music studio, you'll make some music, you'll do some DJing. Don't just shuffle at every one of these places. I mean, sure, shuffle wherever you want. I shuffle all the time. But don't make that the only thing you do, because then you are just some guy who knows nothing else, does nothing else, is just a one-trick pony. People will look at you and just go, "Ah, that's cool, he can dance," and just move on. One-trick pony. Don't be a one-trick pony, be a billion-trick pony. There's so much out there to learn. And when you know one thing, it's like the knowledge that you have is like a circle, and the circumference, the area outside that circle, is your contact to the knowledge that you don't know. And as you learn that one thing, you learn that there's more and more stuff that you don't know. As the circle gets bigger, you realize there's more stuff you don't know, and there's more stuff to learn. If you have a lot of little circles, as they all expand, you end up learning all these new things you didn't know that even existed. They'll benefit you. You'll have new ideas in life, what to do as a job, what to do for fun. You'll be able to talk to many different people about many different topics. You will just have more fun in life and just be a more enjoyable person to be around, and more useful to other people as well. Be useful to other people. What can you contribute to them? Not just what can you get for yourself. Of course, you are number one. Be most concerned about yourself. But when you are this great, well-read, well-rounded person, you will just be of more use to other people. You just will be. And they'll want to be around you for their own benefit. So don't stop shuffling, because it's like stopping riding bikes. One day you'll get on a bike and you'll ride one again. It's no big deal. You just don't have to do it every day. Definitely take on other interests and other hobbies.